Season 2 is here, which means there's brand new influencer builds in 2K24. And today to talk about his is Uncle Denny. Denny, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm excited. I cannot believe that I'm about to have my build right now in the game. It's pretty exciting.
Well, let's talk about that, because what did you feel when 2K reached out to you and asked you?
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are live. It's a Thursday night presentation here on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Detroit Pistons going up against the New Orleans Pelicans here at their home, the Smoothie King Center. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Berry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. Guard spots filled by Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duren in at the center position. And for the Pelicans, Ingram at the 3 with Williamson playing the 4. In the backcourt, it's McCollum and Jones. And it's Valanciunas in at the center, locking down the middle. This should be a fun one, Greg. Two teams that are among the most athletic in the NBA.
And I don't know if it'll be a track meet, but it will be an up-tempo game. And that's the only way these teams know how to play.
Now, here's Cunningham. Good D by Williamson. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And when Zion Williamson is on the floor, he's one of the best players in the NBA.
Yeah, Kevin, but we got to keep him on the floor. That's the way that not only Zion's going to improve, but this is the way this team has a pathway to the playoffs.
Shooting 2. And he knocks down the first one. With New Orleans, GA, you have to feel like the talent is there.
It is, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They've won 50 games in a season only once in their history. You can't have playoff success until you prove you can survive the rigors of the regular season.
And both free throws good for Williamson. And GA, in your opinion, what's the main order of business when you look at the first-year Pistons coaching staff?
Kevin, for me, they got to clean up the fouling. It's often a problem for young teams, but they have the quickness and size to stay in front of people and just force contested shots.
Valanciunas dishes to Ingram. Pass to Jones. 6 to shoot. Got a piece of it. Cunningham against McCollum. From 12 feet out. Here's Duren. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
McCollum passes to Jones. And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Kind of a ticky-tack foul there, but you have to be aware that's how the refs are going to blow the whistle tonight.
Ingram against Thompson. There's the steal. To the paint. Rebounded by McCollum. And so it's Williamson with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. Goes back up. And there's the bucket as Jones finishes it off.
The paint, that's where Jones likes to live, and that's where he's comfortable. And he can use that length to his advantage.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Good. Duren's got his second basket of the night. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. McCollum finds Jones. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Not worried about taking that hit. Jones powering through.
Cunningham looking it over and plays Referee stops, whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Personal foul.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Wiseman's checked in for the Pistons. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Back to McCollum. Off to a good start as he gets his first shot attempt.
CJ has always had that uncanny ability to just land on his feet, kind of like a cat. He absorbs that contact and completes the play.
Now, here's Stewart over Williamson. Stewart misses.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Wiseman following the score by New Orleans. He kicks to Ivy. Clock at 6. Shoots it up. Again, the miss by the Pistons. Pelicans leading by 6. Here's Williamson. Can't hit from in close.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Cunningham against McCollum. Pass to Thompson. Detroit needs to get off the shot. Stewart misses.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really effective.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. It's just very solid offense.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. And going against New Orleans, their first meeting of the year.
A matchup that only happens twice a year. These interconference battles can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, this one will be for sure. Interconference matchups are always pretty fascinating just because of timing on scouting and how often you watch teams like this affect some of the unpredictability of the East-West battles.
Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. Second, the Pelicans.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoy playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
Pistons trailed by 8. Cunningham kicks to Ivy. The pass to Wiseman. Cunningham against McCollum. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Over Williamson. And Stewart gets it to go.
You're not going to rattle Stewart if you don't give him enough contact. Just went right through it.
Here's Jones. And Jones slams it home.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. He was not going to take the soft approach on that drive.
Well, not that wide open. You're given a juicy gift by the defense. You got to sink your teeth into it.
Now here's Thompson. Still without a basket. To the middle. Unloads from 13.
Great anticipation as Valanciunas got to that ball. He just swatted it away.
Inside. Here's Williamson. And he converts the layup. And that's now 6 points for Zion Williamson.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pistons passing it around. Cunningham with it. Now defended by Williamson. Stewart kicks to Ivy. 5 on the clock. And the layup's good off the glass.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Pelicans. They're leading by 8. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
Great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Cunningham against McCollum. Cunningham inside. Over McCollum. Cunningham's shot is off.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And that one's good. Ingram.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Ivy on the wing. It's good for a second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
And just so physically gifted, Ivory just brushes off contact and knocks it down.
And it's McCollum off the drive. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. It's hauled in by Stewart.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide-open jumper, just unable to do so.
And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Wiseman the pass to Cunningham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
And checking out the numbers for Ingram. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged about 24 points a game last year, 6 assists and 5 rebounds. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
He loves to get up into the uniform of his opposition and make you work for everything that you get offensively.
The defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency. Just so good off the bounce. C.J. McCollum is as frustrating to cover as anyone.
Yeah, but it's also, Greg, one of the players in the league that we appreciate the most because of the footwork, because of the fundamentals, maybe a little bit undersized. He finds ways to get it done with efficiency and effectiveness.
It is still early in the season, Greg. You'd like to think we have teams figured out, but do we really?
Not at all, Kevin. This is the time period where fan bases freak out because of records. There's still a lot of identity to be found with every team.
Substitution here for New Orleans. Cody Zeller's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Nance comes in for Zion Williamson. Daniels, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Hawkins subbed in for Herbert Jones. And a different look here for the Pistons. Bagley, he's checked in for Stewart. Joe Harris comes in for Thompson. Burks, he's checked in for Ivy. And Hayes subbed in for Cade Cunningham. Offensive rebound. Wiseman lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Pass to Hawkins. Back to McCollum. Over Hayes. They get the rebound. And the dunk by Zeller.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Now, here's Burks. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Hawkins. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
What's up?
That's good from Hawkins. Hey, Brett, looking at the Pistons franchise, the rebuild process, has been a long one.
Yeah, it's been over 10 years, Kevin, since this team has won their last playoff game. But you do have to be excited about the level of talent that these young guys have. And really, compartmentally, they fit together. So that streak is going to come to an end soon.
The shot's good from Wiseman.
And Wiseman showing off his power that time.
Pelicans leading by 9. Hawkins with it. Hayes with the steal. And Hayes throws it down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. You have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens. Now, this is a nice connection with Larry Nance Jr. Throw it his way. He'll take care of the rest.
Hayes finds Harris, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. You know, Brett, you're now looking at the New Orleans Pelicans. It does seem like they are in Detroit. You think?
Well, they made the playoffs in 2022 and the play-in tournament in 2023, but there's something that they haven't had on the floor that you feel like if that gets right, they're going to get right.
First free throw is good. This Pelican front office has done a great job, Brent, finding some diamonds in the rough, players that have now helped.
Think about it, Kevin. They grabbed Jose Alvarado and Najee Marshall, both undrafted players, and those guys are key rotation pieces to change the tempo of any game. Herb Jones, a great steal in the second round, defensively comes in, creates havoc. I mean, a lot of really impressive finds for this front office.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Here we see the Detroit Pistons, Greg, a franchise known for stifling defense.
Going back-to-back with the bad boys in the amazing 2004 title team that shut down Shaq and Kobe. And the Pistons have been great. They've had that defense-first mentality.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
And guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Well, whether the defense is inviting these shots or not, they've been great in the mid-range. And so producing from there, that bodes well.
There is no question, Greg, this Pelicans roster has the talent to at least be a playoff contender every year.
And no doubt a contender. Their problem has been staying healthy. They have a big 3, but Ingram and Williamson didn't play in half the games during that 22-23 campaign.
And Brett, you look at Detroit from a raw talent perspective, they're loading up well.
Absolutely. They're pretty well balanced between what they give you on the perimeter and some of the interior force that these guys can play with, adding pieces each year in the draft, and now it's about fitting those pieces together. They have a very bright future.
And here are the Pelicans now, following the bucket by the Pistons. There's the drive, and that one's good. Daniels.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome.
Now here's Lewis after James Wiseman's miss. Lewis kicks to Hawkins. Passes it to Zeller. 5 to shoot. The dish to Lewis. Launches it. The offensive rebound. No good there.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Burks' shot is good.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Lewis. In the corner, Daniels. Misses the 3. Pistons trailed by 7. Down low. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 7.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Burks against Hawkins. Fires away from way outside. And we reached the end of the first quarter. New Orleans on top, up by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from New Orleans?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
Pelicans leading by 5. The front court full of star power with Ingram and Zion. Lewis is out there with Daniel. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Now, here's Ivy. Jonas Valanciunas unable to get his shot to go. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Herbert Jones, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Throw good, Burks. And you look at Jaden Ivey, Brent. First of all, he gives you great size in the backcourt.
Well, what anybody guarding him would tell you, Kevin, is he brings unreal athleticism. His first step is lightning quick.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. The Pistons brought in Monty Williams to guide this team from the bottom. He said, I like those challenges, the process of building, seeing players get better, and understanding what it's like to navigate crunch time situations. For me to be able to come in now, it's part of this restoration. Kevin, Monty has plenty of work ahead.
Indeed he does, David. Thanks. McCollum's checked in for the Pelicans. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Cunningham's checked in. Clock is at 3. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. They grabbed their own miss. No good from Valanciunas.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Look at Cunningham here. Brendan's always talked about how good a finisher he is.
He's got a really unique quality, Kevin, in that he can finish really effectively with both hands. So you add that dexterity to the size, and as a point guard, this guy becomes really hard to stop on the interior.
That's good from Cunningham. Greg, there has been some talk of having overtime played to a target score. Can you make the case for that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, more certainty on how long the broadcast will go, right, Kevin? And protecting players from the heavy minute loads that can result from those games that go into multiple overtimes. So I like that idea.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Kicks it out to Jones. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games. Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Valanciunas dishes to McCollum. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Some contact on the shot, but McCollum delivers, even when a little off balance.
Stolen by McCollum. And they're on the break. That's good. That's Ingram with the assist. That's 10 points for C.J. McCollum.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Thompson on the mark with the 15-footer. Thompson's got it all tied up now for Detroit. And so McCollum will bring it up for the Pelicans. They've led by as many as 11 points. A second chance effort. He lays it in. McCollum's got 12.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Cunningham against McCollum. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Williamson. It's hauled in by Stewart. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And here's Cunningham from downtown. Pelicans pull it in. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Cunningham against McCollum to the inside. Valanciunas, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
At the line for your Pelicans, Jonas Valanciunas. 1 shot.
Valanciunas, a seasoned veteran now that you basically can count on as a double-double guy, even in limited minutes. He really does a great job of patrolling the paint.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of thing.
New Orleans leading by 3. McCollum passes to Valanciunas. Ingram against Thompson. Rebounded by the Pistons. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
A game that they definitely felt they could win, and with a break here or there, they probably could have.
Maybe should have. The score doesn't indicate just how well they competed in that game. For the majority of it, they looked like the better team.
The Pistons shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great, about 77% as a team.
And that one falls for Ivy.
And you have to appreciate the all-out effort Jay Ivey gives you on the court. He works so hard to find ways to get involved and prove he belongs here.
And Ivy drops them both.
And with Ivy, you get this relentless energy. He plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Pass to Valanciunas. Outside, Jones. No good with the layup.
Well, the D's so tight on him, and it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
McCollum against Ivy. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the second violation.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Jones, how he performed last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, year 1, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
And Jones slams it in.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. Outside, Jones. Valanciunas inside. And again, no good by New Orleans.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Pelicans trail by 4. Back to McCollum. Count that as his 7th field goal. Now he's shooting 78%. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Ivy kicks to Stewart. Dishes it to Thompson. Now the pass to Ivy. Shot clock at 6. And it's off from 3-point range. And so it's Williamson who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. And the basket by McCollum.
Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, and ramp it up.
Now here's Stewart. Kicks to Thompson. From beyond the arc. And Valanciunas pulls it down. The Pelicans shooting at 51%. Really solid. Ingram finds Jones. That's good. Ingram with the assist. Ingram's got 3 assists in the game. The Pistons trailing. Now Ivy. 9 points in the game so far. Thompson passes to Stewart. Count that one. Stewart's got his second basket of the game.
Thompson. Stewart in the pick and roll is going to give you 2 things you like. One is a physical screen, and then second, a quick roller into position.
That first time out of the game called for New Orleans. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And they did a super job of getting those extra opportunities. Offensive rebounds, 50-50 balls. Those possessions, I felt like were key.
For New Orleans. Zeller is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Nance comes in for Zion Williamson. Dyson Daniels checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Hawkins subbed in for Herbert Jones. So Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. James Wiseman, he's checked in for Jalen Duren. Marvin Bagley comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Harris is checked in for Thompson. And Hayes subbed in for Jaden Ivey. And there's McCollum. Assist by Daniels. McCollum's got 18 points in the game.
And with the shot clock winding down, McCollum, just even temperament, steps up, knocks it in.
Now here's Hayes. To the middle. Sasser can't hit.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Pistons trailed by 4. Hayes finds Bagley. Pass to Harris. Now Hayes. Back to Harris. Takes a 3. Zeller grabs the board. Zeller's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Knocked loose. Passes it to Daniels. Here's McCollum. Here's Zeller. They shoot again. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
First personal
And he's
foul.
got his first chance at the line
Second
here.
team foul.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him
for
to
your
contribute.
Pelicans.
You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Lewis is checked in. Alec Burks checked in for Detroit. That one misses for Zeller. Pistons trailed by 6.
And with Marvin Bagley III, Brent, it just feels like he's been snake bitten in his young career.
Yeah, but Greg, you know this. If you can hang in there and stay confident and get a second chance, and with that second chance, maybe this opportunity for Marvin Bagley is going to be the one where we can show that talent. Remember, second overall pick back in 2018.
So here's Burks following the score by New Orleans. Here's Wiseman. Shot clock at 5. And the foul on Dyson Daniel.
Personal foul.
And that'll be his third foul so far.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
And Detroit has possession. Trailing here by 8. And Hayes kicks to Harris. And the 3 ball is good.
Joe Harris.
Harris has got his second bucket tonight.
Killian Hayes is a PG and he's got vision, so you get open, he'll find you.
Daniels with it. Lays it up off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 7.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Out to the right wing. Here's Bagley. Pelicans pull it in. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game. Doing the dirty work down low. Nice, silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feet.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Now here's Hayes. He kicks it to Harris. Back to Hayes. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
They're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Hayes finds Wiseman. Harris outside. Burks on the wing. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time is tough to come back from.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Kay Cunningham's checked in for Detroit. Burks against Hawkins. And James Wiseman picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
35 seconds left here in the second. And that one's good. Daniels.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Cunningham passes to Harris. Down low. Here's Bagley. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Bagley's got his first bucket of the night.
Takes contact and a good job of Bagley fighting through at that time.
And here's Hawkins, who is outside. From outside, off the mark. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. And James now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, guys. With head coach Monty Williams. Coach, how do you get things going a little bit more offensively?
Well, we got to set screens and we got to get stops. If we're getting stops, we can play in transition. That opens up a lot for us.
Yeah, you guys are hard to beat when you're out and running. We'll see if that happens more. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
C.J. McCollum was on fire in the first half. He had 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. The first 2 quarters tonight looked a lot like what we saw from him in his last game. Shaq, what'd you think about what we saw from New Orleans?
Ball movement was a real factor for them offense. They played unselfishly with patience. The guys got shots in their favorite spots. When you get those high percentage looks,
Kenny, what'd you think about Detroit?
Shaq, was anyone boxing out? I mean, if they didn't box you out like this, you'd have 50 just on offensive defense. I mean, they got to put bodies on bodies, or fundamentals.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 from Monty Williams. Sliding into the wing spots, it's Ivy and Thompson. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Cunningham into the point. And Stewart gets it to go.
Stewart would rather be in there underneath the charge circle to score, but this time adjusting the power on that mid-range J.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's a 10-point game. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, guys. Zion Williamson is a force to be reckoned with, but Coach Willie Green said he's just scratching the surface. He's going to continue to get better. Over and over again, he's making the right play. Kevin?
All right, D.A., thanks. Here's Ingram. The shot, no good. Good D by Thompson. Pistons trailed by 8. Cunningham outside. Good work defensively by Jones.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Here's Ingram. It's on target from the high post. And the Pelicans lead by 10.
I'd like to see that as Ingram hits a shot from the mid-range. It's going to open some things up.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Okay, good game plan. Start the second half. 3 of 4 so far from the field.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for New Orleans. McCollum comes in for Dyson Daniels. Free throw no good for Cunningham.
The drive to be great is something that Cade Cunningham quietly possesses. He has all the tools to be a very special player.
Cade Cunningham.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points on turnovers last season. 5th on the list, the Pelicans.
And this team, in terms of scoring off turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively. And boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
And he makes the first.
Love Zion's grit and determination. Nothing about his NBA story has been easy to this point, but he hasn't let that stop him from trying to get out here and continuing to dominate.
And both free throws good for Williamson. Pistons trailed by 10. Cunningham left side. Pelicans with the rebound. McCollum's got 4 rebounds in this game.
They've shown some strength in their game today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Looking pretty nimble on that drive. The slender Herbert Jones is good at understanding when to go in strong.
Now, here's Cunningham. He has 6. Bucket is good. Duran's got 10.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
McCollum misses the Valanciunas, and it's denied. Cunningham on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Cunningham's shot is off.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
Now here's Williamson. 8 points for him. Got that bucket.
That build of Zion is making him so tough to contain. He's got the quickness too, so under the rim it's lights out.
Here's Cunningham, and he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter. Here's McCollum. Up and in on the way. And the Pelicans lead by 12.
Just always appreciate the way that C.J. McCollum is such a natural scorer.
Ivy against Jones. And Jones sends it back. Out of bounds. Pistons ball. Detroit keeps possession. Thompson inside. He's covered by Ingram. Thompson with the bucket.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pass to McCollum. And Cunningham with the block.
Great to now. Cunningham using every inch of that reach.
Ball's not loose. It's stolen by Jones. Back to Williamson. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the way. Williamson's got 12 in the game.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Assist from
and maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Ingram. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 5 rebounds tonight.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Back to Stewart. Cunningham outside. 4 on the shot clock. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits.
Well, his shots aren't dropping. They haven't been able to keep pace, but trust him enough to keep going to him. See if he can find that basket. He must be widening out right now. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Now here's Thompson. Some solid defense from Ingram.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
Here's Williamson. 14 points for him. And staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
Well, the effort and the power that Valanciunas can play with puts him in great position to grab rebounds like that.
Stolen by McCollum. Over Cunningham. Rebound by the Pistons. Duran's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Zion moves. Great showing for him last season. Last season put up about 26 points a game. 7 rebounds and 4 assists.
Taking 2 shots.
And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
And that one misses. So for the Pelicans, Nance comes in for Williamson. And Hawkins subbed in for C.J. McCollum. And a different look here for the Pistons. Wiseman's checked in for Jalen Duran. Bagley comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Joe Harris is checked in for Thompson. And it's Burks in for Ivy. He hits the second from the line. Here is Hawkins. Outside, Jones. Trying to find Valanciunas. Gets it to him. Over Wiseman. And the jumper from down low is good. Valanciunas has got 7 points.
Well, this is why you got to move Valanciunas farther away from the basket. Even when he's guarded like that, he's still going to make shots inside. Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Unbasket by Jones. And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Pistons. Down by 15. A second-round pick in 2021, Brent Herb Jones immediately made an impact on the defensive end.
And you wonder if being on the all-defensive team, or at least getting votes as a rookie, has changed Herb Jones' mentality about wanting to get Defensive Player of the Year. I know that sounds silly, but he's got the capability and versatility to be that much of an impact on the defensive end.
And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Pelicans.
Great game for them offensively. I mean, coaches love seeing multiple shots per possession and then converting those second chance opportunities.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
And it's been an outstanding game for them at the free throw line, not missing their chances when they get them.
Lewis checked in for Ingram. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Hayes, he's checked in for Cade Cunningham. That one is no good. GA, is it me, or does it feel like we've had more parity in the league the last few seasons?
Well, Kevin, the playoffs have been pretty hard to predict lately. I will give you that. There's been only one repeat champion in the past decade. It's a competitive league.
Pistons trailed by 18. Now Hayes. There's the pass to Wiseman. He dishes it to Burks. Here he goes. Good work defensively by Jones.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Out to Nance. Pass to Lewis. Burks against Hawkins. Just 5 on the clock. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Valanciunas comes up empty down low. For Detroit, they've gone 8 of 16 in the third quarter to put their second half shooting percentage right at 50%. Back to Hayes. Over Lewis. Hayes, no good. New Orleans leading by 18. Jones kicks to Valanciunas. Jones, the pass to Valanciunas. Here's Hawkins. Bagley with the rebound. The Pistons shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Now here's Hayes. Lewis covering. Hayes the pass to Bagley. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Inside, Jones. And Jones serves it in.
When you can put together a night like Jones has, you're going to see as many minutes as you possibly can play. Forget load management.
2 minutes
He's in the
remaining
post.
in the third.
There's on him.
2 minutes.
And he gets the bucket.
Killian Hayes.
New Orleans gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
New Orleans making some changes here. Cody Zeller's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Herbert Jones. Now here's Hayes. Kicks it to Burks. Back to Hayes. Just 5 to shoot. Can't hit the turnaround jumper. Pelicans leading by 18. Passes to Hawkins. shoots over Burks. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. 1:07 left to play in the third. Greg, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
Here is Hawkins. And Wiseman sends it back.
I feel like Wiseman covers every area on the floor, and that's a nice block.
Burks, the pass to Hayes. Now, here's Burks. Not a lot of room. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And Zeller kicks to Hawkins. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Hawkins has got 6 points.
Now that play never gets old. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And they call an illegal screen.
A pick like that is questionable, and it creates that much of an advantage.
Substitution
on
on
the
the court.
offense. You have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
Now here's Ingram. No good. And so it's the New Orleans Pelicans with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We come back right after this. And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Pistons trailed by 18. CJ McCollum out there with Daniels. Then it's Nance. Then it's Ingram. And it's Zeller into the 5. That's the Pelicans 5.
Assisted.
A natural scorer, Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Pass to Zeller. He kicks to McCollum. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point land. Duran pulls it in. Duran's got 7 rebounds in the game. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. He goes on Brendan Ingram.
Personal foul. First team foul. At the line for the Pistons, Thompson.
That free throw good from Thompson. And the Pelicans making a change here. Williamson's checked in. Kay Cunningham's checked in for the Pistons. And so Thompson nails both of them. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. The pass to Williamson. That's good, and it's Ingram with the assist. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
Zion just so dangerous and scoring through contact, showing off just how strong he is.
Here's Thompson, rejected by Ingram. McCollum right side. Nance, right side. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Pistons. Duran's got 8 rebounds in this game. Cunningham against McCollum. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 9 points here in the second half. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. McCollum. Rebound, Detroit. Thompson outside, driving the lane, counts. Pelicans leading by 12.
I think the defense let up a little bit. Thought CJ was an easy cover inside, but he's too crafty. He gets the foul.
At the line for New Orleans, CJ McCollum.
Throw good, McCollum.
Just a smooth scorer is C.J. McCollum, and that combination of being confident and crafty keeps helping him pile up points in terms of his career statistics. Now he's at the line.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Larry Nance. And it's Herbert Jones in for Daniels. So he gets them both. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Jones against Ivy. Pass to Duran. Over Valanciunas. Pelicans pull it in. Valanciunas has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Cullen passes it to Ingram. 5 to shoot. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul.
17 foul.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. That one good for 2. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
And he's been everywhere, and collecting those rebounds, that ends any kind of offensive possession and gets them started.
Pistons trailed by 16. Here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
So much rarity in a wing or big guard like Cade to have that kind of vision. He's special.
Here's McCollum on target from 13 feet. McCollum's got 4 this quarter.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed the tee and the blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
The shot by Thompson, no good. Pelicans leading by 16. Here's Ingram. Valanciunas trying to free himself out. Brings it up and in on a nice reverse.
When Ingram gets the ball on the inside, his length can really help him out to create shot opportunities.
Time call here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let him hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Pistons trail by 18. Cunningham on the wing. Over McCollum. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Cunningham's got 11 in the second half. Here's Ingram. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
McCollum gives to Valanciunas. Pops it up there for Ingram. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Sweet finish on the alley-oop. Extending that time to throw it down.
Passes it to Thompson. Cunningham against Ingram. Back to Thompson. Pelicans pull it in. To the paint. Here's Williamson. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Their interior has been inferior. Defensively, it has got to tighten up.
Personal foul.
You think of the league's most recent CBA. Greg, that 7-year deal just signed.
Kevin, the NBA and Players Association both need to be commended. Labor peace through the rest of the decade. Most pro sports don't have this kind of stability.
Pistons trailed by 21. Cunningham passes to Thompson. Here's Stewart. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
3.
Thompson's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And Stewart just preparing himself ahead of the catch to be in rhythm for that jump.
No good from Valanciunas.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. He misses the free throw.
And they are shooting themselves in the foot here. They've lost their touch at the line. The percentage continues to drop from where it was in that first half.
And the second free throw, good.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Here's Cunningham to the middle. Here's Ivy over Jones. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. He feeds it to Valanciunas. Oh, that's blocked. On the wing, Thompson. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got his 16th rebound on the night. McCollum deciding where to go with it. The shot comes out. Pistons trailed by 17. Ivy with it. And oh boy, contact there, but he gets the call. And he'll shoot two. Jones. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Daniels is checked in for Jones.
Ivy taking 2 shots.
Free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for New Orleans. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Shot from 12. Rebound by the Pistons. Ivy's got 6 rebounds in the game. Cunningham on the wing. Pistons passing it around. Ingram against Thompson. 4 on the clock. And yes, it's good. Thompson's got 11 points in the quarter.
This is a one-man show right now. He's on a mission to get him out of this hole.
Pass to Daniels. Valanciunas inside, and he makes that one. And the Pelicans lead by 16.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Cunningham's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ashar Johnson. That'll be a second foul of the game. Heisman's checked in for Jalen
for the
Durham.
Pistons. James
Here's
Ross.
Daniels. Now the dish to Ingram. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Brandon Ingram, Tiny Dog, is what they called him when he first got into the NBA. And he has become a very loud player. What a player.
Yeah, Kevin, a lot of talk about him having to jump around in the shower to get wet, but he has put on the weight and become ferocious on the offensive end. This guy does not back down, and he's worked hard to fill out that frame.
The first one falls.
Ingram just continuing to impress and taking strides in the right direction. Just a tremendous amount of offensive weaponry.
Both free throws good for Ingram. Pistons trailed by 18. Cunningham outside. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And good that time. McCollum's got 28.
McCollum a blur that time in transition. A quick-footed guard who runs the floor like a gazelle.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
CJ McCollum.
We've seen players criticized for skipping their media obligations after tough losses, Greg. How egregious is that in your opinion?
Well, you know, they say the true test of character is how you respond to when things aren't going your way. So, for me, it's important to be accountable in those tough moments.
And the first one drops. Detroit making a switch here. Duran's checked in. And so Cunningham nails both of them. New Orleans leading by 18. And that one's good. Williamson's got 15 points here in the second half.
And some pinball action out there as defenders just bouncing off of Williamson on that play.
Ivy passes to Cunningham. Now, here's Ivy. Back to Stewart. The pass to Cunningham. Lock at 6. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Williamson's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Collin passes to Williamson. Over Cunningham. And there's Williamson on the assist by McCollum. McCollum's got 6 assists in the game. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And statistically, more young players in the league today, Greg, than in decades past. Might be a reason the age limit wasn't lowered in this new CBA.
Yeah, I mean, the veterans saying, hey, we're already having a tough time sticking around. And I think having those guys helps on and off the court.
C.J. McCollum.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
He doesn't take over games like this very much, but it's always possible. And when he does, here at home, these fans love it. Detroit's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Pass to Ivy. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
Oh, interior defense doesn't hold back against Ivy, but he just explodes right by them and gets it to go.
Now here's McCollum.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Valanciunas finds Williamson. Back to Valanciunas. And here's Ingram from the arc. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Well, Ingram did not let that hand in the face bother him one bit.
Cunningham passes to Duran. McCollum against Cunningham. From the line, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Pelicans.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. You kind of thought they would be going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important. Here tonight, tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for C.J. McCollum.
So sharp on the passing tonight. You know, guys can get into a rhythm that way too.
Selena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
And the Pelicans with the possession. They're on a 17-6 run. Ingram deciding where to go with it. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Zion, you never let him back in the game tonight. How did you finish so strongly?
Just being consistent, not letting up after we get a big lead. Coach came and emphasized it at halftime, and then we just came out and stayed consistent.
Yeah, it was a wire-to-wire job tonight, man, and congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.